Hi there and welcome back to Japan, where I am continuing my listen through of Just Bring It by Band-Maid, and we are on to, Time! Now this is a song I really have been looking forward to hearing. I pointed out before that one of my favourite Band-Maid songs is actually Rockin' Me, which is Miku-led song. And I think it's fantastic. I love the melody, I think it's catchy, I love her whole charisma with it. Having seen the way that she presents it when she does it live, I think it's just a blistering song to see live as well, because of the fact that Miku adds so much to it with her whole presentation of the song. And a lot of people were saying, oh yeah, we like that song as well, but they were saying Time is a better song, we prefer Time. I was like, okay. So I saw a live video, and I remember saying at the time, okay, it has a similar vibe to Rockin' Me in that it's a sort of simple, straight rock song as a general. It didn't hit me as hard, and I didn't like it as much, I thought. But I was listening to a really, really fuzzy, compressed recording, so it was kind of hard to really get a feel for the song. So I did say I was really excited to, having seen that, again, she presents it really well. In this one, she was playing live with the guitar rather than just walking with the microphone, so she wasn't able to put as much of her character into it. I was really interested in, like I say, seeing how it translated to a song on the album. So that's what we're going to do now. This is track 9, this is Time, and I just realised I haven't actually loaded it up on the screen. So how about I do that? And there it is. Okay, now I'm ready to go. No editing on this channel. So here we go. This is track number 9 from Just Bring It. This is Time by Band-Maid. Oh yeah, that chord pattern feels much more engaging already. Love that choppy rhythm as well. Yeah, I can hear so much more now that I couldn't hear in the live version. It's all about kind of a lot like with Rockin' Me. It's all about just having a simple chord pattern, a simple melody, but having them be really, really catchy and really engaging. I love the mood of this already. It's just working in a simple, impactful way. That's a lovely hook. Again, another really good last chorus build-up. They love doing that. It's got one of those sort of big emotional, like sort of emotionally involved rock song sort of feel. It feels like it could play at the end of a movie. Someone probably is going to tell me that it does. I know that virtually everything in Japan gets a chance to be a theme tune because there's so many billions of anime drama things that virtually everything has appeared as a theme tune at some time or another. But this, it feels like it could be like a closing theme to something. It just has that feeling of being like the emotional way you play something out. And it works. It works a lot better than I could ever have perceived from the live version. No discredit to whoever took the live version or to whoever recommended it to me, but I must admit, now I come to think about it, that must have been a really bad version for me not to get a clear, it must have been bad recording for me to not get a clear idea of how much was actually going on melodically and with the chord pattern in the song. Now, I love the chord pattern again. I said this about the previous song that came before, which was So What? The chord pattern in this is sort of beautiful. It's very simple, but it had, like I say, it's really what drives that whole emotion, and the melody as well. I said this actually about Rockin' Me, and to a strange way, it's true. It's one of those songs where you can imagine that so much of this song is really just about the melody and the simple strummed chord pattern that you can imagine this as a campfire acoustic. It's got those raw elements. There's not a huge amount more going on to it but that. And yet that's fine. I mean, this album is full of songs that are just blasting with detail. The last track, So What, being one of them. Look at things like Cross, Moratorium, Puzzle especially. These, you could see I was just reading up the list there, couldn't you? These songs have so much detail crammed into them that this song has a lot of going for it. Now, it works in the context of the album because it does add a nice variation. It is a sort of simple rock song in a similar sense to how Ooh Parts was, but, very different mood from what Ooh Parts was. I know it's supposed to be O Parts, by the way, but I keep on reading it because parts is an English word. I can't read O-O as O, like it should be in Japanese. I read it as oo. I'm sorry. It's because it's parts. I just oo parts. I'm sorry. It's just the way it looks. This has a very different mood from that. And so in the context of the album, it's great for sort of contrasting the overall mood and giving you something different. You want each song to stand out in its own right. Miku's vocals, fine. Nothing wrong with them. Similar to what I say about Saiki when she's singing. Not obviously the power that Saiki had. It's kind of hard when you listen to this one to say, did it really need to be Miku who sung it? Because if you imagine in your head Saiki singing this song, when it came to Rockin' Me, I think it had to be Miku. Miku's voice just worked for Rockin' Me in a way that I don't think Saiki's would have done. However, for this song, I do think Saiki could have sung that with more power. And this song, because it's got that sort of emotionally charged feeling, at least in my opinion, I think that power would have helped. So, no criticism against Miku at all. I mean, I've always said that it's wonderful that she did what she did at the sort of the early stages of the band and, agreed to go for I don't know if she actually drove the original idea, but, the whole idea of getting a proper dedicated singer into the band. But she definitely could be a band singer fine. There's nothing wrong with her voice. However, this just does highlight how good Saiki's voice is and how much more powerful her singing voice is. So, okay, that could have maybe been better if it was Saiki singing it. I hate to say that. I know it's probably a controversial opinion, just being honest there. However, I just love the whole song sound. Simple. And it worked in the same way that Rockin' Me did. I was kind of thinking at the end of this, I'd be sort of mentally trying to compare them and decide which one do I like more, Time or Rockin' Me. To be fair though, although they benefit from that same simple structure of basically being almost campfire-like, having just, here's some good chords, strum them and sing a good melody. Although that is the core of the song, the mood and the tone of the song is so incredibly different that I almost don't feel like I can compare them. I think you'd have to be in a very different mood to get the best out of both of these songs. So, sorry about that. Still getting over this cough. I have to admit that with this song, it's much better than I was expecting it to be, much better than I felt when I first heard it. I really love that. So the end of this album's really sort of pulling into a good direction now. We've had So What and Time definitely are amongst my two favourite songs thus far. I really enjoyed them. And the next song is going to be the song You, because hopefully you're following this in the playlist in the description below for this track-by-track review of Just Bring It. So You is the next song, and You, I reviewed a live version of that before, and so I'm actually going to review that song properly as well. So yeah, final analysis on this. There isn't enough really in there to sort of go into too much detail. There's not a huge amount of things to unpack on this one, except for just it's got a good chord pattern, it's got a good melody, much better than I thought when I first heard it as a live version, and it just does unfortunately kind of reinforce the whole thing I say about I don't like to review songs live. I like to hear the recorded version because, you know, you really get to hear the way the band wants the song to be on a recorded version, and very often you don't on a live version. It's true that live versions, you know, a reason why a lot of the fans adore them is because they already know the recording. So if the band plays it slightly different live, your brain is still filling in all the gaps. You know, if there's something missing from a live version, your brain's filling in the gaps. And of course, you are going to obviously be biased by the energy of the show. So before we get too far into that discussion again, though, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you hopefully very soon on the next video. So for now, ciao, ciao. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out more of our hundreds of videos we got online on this channel right now, or get involved in the discussion with us at the many social media links we've got in the description below, where you can suggest new videos and artists for us to check out on the channel. Or you can just do the usual YouTube stuff and, you know, comment, like, subscribe. You know how this works by now.